It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Washington Commanders. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena, we're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Nick Folk ready to do the honors. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. But, man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Option play, here's a give to Eckler. First down and more past the 40. And he's all the way down to the 36. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Daniels. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Daniels throwing on third. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Piniero's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Julius Chestnut to return. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Titans now to get their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by a quarterback who entered our league back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Hauled in by Tyler Boyd. 16 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. The first carry here for Tony Pollard. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He'll take the option to the right on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
That's caught for the 1st. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter, and it's Titans football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And he works it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
From the 30 on 2nd down. He's got time here, and he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. No luck finding his receiver that time, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. They'll try and throw it here. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. Caught near the goal line. And that's a Tennessee touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Nick Folk now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Titans one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Back out run the Commanders for their 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Now Daniels off the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. Started a little slow, but we've arrived at the 2-minute warning. The Commanders at a deficit. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 47. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 36. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. Again, Daniels to the air. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And the Titans opting for a 50B, a nickel set 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take the lead just before halftime. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders push their lead to 3. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. On the return, here comes Tajay Spears. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Titans offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. They've got 1st down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. New set of downs for him at the 38. To throw here on 1st down. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Looking to throw. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Trying to force one through there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
One final shot before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We were treated to a fine performance in the first half from the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. On the return, here comes Spears. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here's the Tennessee offense getting ready to start our 3rd quarter. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 28. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Looking for pressures there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
3rd and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. 3rd and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
The Titans sending out Ryan Stonehouse now on 4th down to in turn send a punt away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Daniels from the pistol. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up. Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. A toss now to Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Yeah, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jerome Baker has it. And the Titans bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts in too many possessions.
Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Okonkwo brings it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down, ball at the 36. They motion the slot man right. 1st and 10, it's Pollard. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Frankie Luvu there for the tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 31. Hits him on the out route. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Now a toss. It's Pollard. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running right, here's Pollard. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Only a yard on the play, and that takes us to the end of quarter number 3. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's Titans ball, and they could use a score. They come into the 4th trailing. So now here's 3rd and 5. Here's a throw. complete beyond the marker. Touchdown, Tennessee! So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Titans take a 4-point lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. First and 10 now from the 30. Robinson on the inside give. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Staying with Robinson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. An option give to Robinson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another carry for Robinson. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Back to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders losing by 4. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Daniels to throw. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Setting up to pass. Cut out left. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They're set up at the 35 now. Here he is to throw. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. He'll look to throw it. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Washington calls it second timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Here's Robinson up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to throw. It's caught, Eckler. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here first and goal. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders push their lead to 3. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Here's Chestnut on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So now here comes the Titans on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Now to throw. And really, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Now here's the timeout after the sack. Had to take it, and they're down to just 1 final play. Fourth down, drive on the line with this snap. Looking to throw it. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, there was no way that defense was going to pass up on that opportunity. I dare to say that was the most energetic and frenzied we've seen them all game. I don't think they could believe the offense would go for it that deep in their own territory.
Commanders breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. So score this as a win for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a 1-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from DC.